You have attended all core lectures, right? 22 lectures.
Yeah.
Hmm. You've not attended them well. If you
Uh,
had to depend upon the lead question papers, then why did you even join the training program? And if you're joining and you're still going to depend upon the papers, then why don't you tell your instructor that? At least the instructor can help you make the best out of it. I don't understand why would you put yourself in a pickle like that?
which papers, sir?
I don't know. People everywhere are just depending upon question paper booklets
No, sir,
circulated
I
everywhere.
haven't done that. I haven't done that. I haven't done the negative.
I don't know. कोई करेगा तो भी बताएगा नहीं मुंह पे देखो. So
I
I don't
haven't
trust.
done it,
I
sir.
only trust performance and your performance is such that it tells me that आपने अच्छे से पढ़ाई नहीं की है बस. सेल कॉल कॉल नहीं पता, ये सब नहीं पता, वो सब नहीं पता. ठीक है, चलो मैं सारी चीजें बता दूंगा, बट आप लोग ने फिर लेक्चर में पढ़ाई क्या की है वो मुझे नहीं समझ, और लेक्चर पढ़े कैसा. जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ फर्स्ट हर लेक्चर पढ़ने के लिए आपको स्टार्ट में अपडेट देनी चाहिए, एंड में अपडेट देनी चाहिए, और डाउट्स पूछने चाहिए हर लेक्चर में. दैट इज अ रीजन. ना वो करा ना वो करा. चलो ठीक है, कलील स्मार्ट है, उनको सब आता है. अगर आपको सेल कॉल 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 नहीं कहीं मिल रहा है, मतलब देयर इज अ बिग फ्लॉ इन द फर्स्ट फ्यू लेक्चर्स ओनली. मतलब वो कोर ही आपने अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ा है. क्यों? बहुत स्लो है, बहुत स्लो है, बहुत स्लो है, बहुत लेजी है, यही होगा और क्या होगा. तो सर 7 लेक्चर क्यों वेस्ट करेंगे ऐसी चीज में? सर क्या कहीं खजूर के पेड़ पे बैठे हैं क्या? पता नहीं यंग जनरेशन की क्या प्रॉब्लम है. और सिर्फ यंग ही नहीं, बहुत लोग हैं ऐसे. नाम करना है बस हम सीरियस है, काम किसी को नहीं करना है कि हम सीरियस है. जॉब चाहिए सबको सीरियस वाला. व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से? यू सेंस माय एग्रेशन? व्हाई इज दिस इज फ्रस्ट्रेशन दैट आई एम अनेबल टू मेक अ डिफरेंस even after being there, even after making it so easy, so free, so cheap, so easy. फिर भी कोई नहीं कर रहा है. आप भी नहीं कर रहे हो. And you're just wasting opportunity waiting for me to come to you again and again, again and again, again and again. कितने टाइम से पीछे पड़े, ये प्रॉब्लम वो प्रॉब्लम ऐसा प्रॉब्लम वैसा प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, फिर एग्जाम देने क्यों जा रहे हैं हम? क्यों? पता है प्रेपरेशन नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम्स कैसे, तो व्हाई वी आर गोइंग टू गिव एन एग्जाम? वेस्टिंग द मनी. फिर सर से स्कॉलरशिप क्यों ले रहे हैं? मेरे को कितना बुरा लगता है जब फालतू में एग्जाम्स में लोग 10-10 हजार 50-50 हजार वेस्ट करके आते हैं, उनको पता भी नहीं चलता है. नहीं सर मैं आपको पैसे नहीं दूंगा, मैं डूब गया तो फ्री में पढ़ूंगा. अरे चल तू फ्री में पढ़ ले. नहीं सर अब क्या हो रहा है यार? 5-5 हजार की ऑन डिमांड दे के आ रहे हो आप लोग बस. क्या हो रहा है? घूमने फिरने जाना है बस एग्जाम्स के नाम पे बच्चों को आजकल. वेक अप. ओके, यू स्टिल हैव टाइम. और तो और लर्निंग अप्लाई नहीं कर रहे हो, कॉल साइन बेसिक्स अप्लाई नहीं कर रहे हो छोटी छोटी चीजों में. दैट शोज मी देयर इज नो सिचुएशनल अवेयरनेस. इफ यू डोंट हैव सिचुएशनल अवेयरनेस यू विल नॉट गेट थ्रू. नहीं, बट हम वही करेंगे जो हमको सही लगता है. सर आप बस हमारे नौकर हो, हम जो बोलेंगे आप वो करो. आप वो नहीं करोगे तो हम खुश नहीं रहेंगे. और क्या है, यही है बस. अब तो मैं ले लेता हूँ बच्चों को, आगे तो मैं लेने भी नहीं वाला हूँ बच्चों को जो ऐसे मिलेंगे मेरे को. अब पैसा दो मत दो, पहले पहले सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस पूरा फॉलो करो. And I'm telling you, be stern with yourself. Don't be so laid back and don't be so aloof if you really want to get it done. Simple. मैं सोच रहा हूँ सुबह सुबह भाई साहब, हंसी आ रही है मुझे कि हाउ कैन यू अलाउ योरसेल्फ टू मेक अ मिस्टेक? व्हाई आर यू सो लीनियंट विद योरसेल्फ? ऑनेस्ट मिस्टेक ठीक है, जेन्युइन मिस्टेक ठीक है, कितना? पहले चेक तो कर लो. कॉल लेने से पहले हम क्या कर रहे हैं, चेक ही नहीं कर रहे हो, मतलब दिस इज सच अ बिग केयरलेस एटीट्यूड. एग्जामिनर्स क्यों फेल करते हैं और समवन हु इज ऑलरेडी अ पायलट? ये चीजों की वजह से वी आर नॉट केयरफुल. अब वाई आर वी नॉट केयरफुल? क्यों? कहीं से कुछ रट रखा होगा. कहाँ से रट रखा होगा? वही लीक क्वेश्चन पेपर से रट के रखा, और कहाँ से रटेंगे फिर? सर ने तो आपको गलत चीजें दी नहीं है रटने के लिए. फिर लेक्चर्स नहीं पढ़े तो सर को झूठ क्यों बोला लेक्चर्स पढ़े, और लेक्चर्स पढ़े हैं तो कुछ याद क्यों नहीं है? वॉट इज दिस? वॉट डू आई अंडरस्टैंड? एज अ स्टूडेंट वॉट इज योर जॉब? इफ यू डोंट फुलफिल योर जॉब एज अ स्टूडेंट, there's no hope for the instructor to help you. बाकी बाकी बाहर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स कितने खराब है अच्छे वो सब ठीक है, बट उनका जो ये एक पॉइंट है, उनका ये जो एक पॉइंट है कि वी डोंट केयर, आप पैसे दो पढ़ो, अटेंडेंस मिसिंग मिसिंग, इस जगह पे ये पॉइंट सही है कि पढ़ना जिम्मेदारी आपकी है बस. उसके अलावा आई डोंट लाइक एनी अदर प्रैक्टिस दैट दे आर डूइंग बिकॉज इट्स नॉट एथिकल. यहाँ तो लोग अच्छाई का फायदा उठा रहे हैं यार, पढ़ाई कोई नहीं कर रहा है। यू मेक मिस्टेक्स एंड यू फेस द ब्रंट। फिर सर आपको टॉक्सिक लगे, वॉलेटाइल लगे या इंसल्टिंग लगे, बिकॉज सर ट्राई टू स्पीक टू यू इन ऑल अदर लैंग्वेजेस। If the message is not coming around, the final is shouting, shouting, shouting. Maybe because you cannot hear it. That's it. आप थोड़ा अच्छा करोगे तो आपको कूल सर मिलेंगे, अच्छा नहीं करोगे तो कूल का क्या फायदा फिर। चलो हैंग आउट करते हैं, चलो कॉफी पीते हैं, चलो उससे पास हो जाएंगे। इतनी सी बातों को समझ नहीं रहा है, सबको शॉर्टकट चाहिए, बस नाम के लिए हार्डवर्क, काम के लिए शॉर्टकट। ये पैराडॉक्स है ना भाई, ये पैराडॉक्स मेरे यहाँ तो नहीं चलता है, ना मेरे एविएशन में चलता है। और मेरा एविएशन सेफ एविएशन है, बाकियों का मेरे को नहीं पता। आप लोग डिसाइड कर लो यंगस्टर्स, आपको कौन सा एविएशन बनाना है खुद के लिए। डाउट है, क्लियरली पूछ नहीं रहे हो, पूरा कॉल पूछ रहे हो मुझसे। अब पता चला पहले सेकेंडरी पे क्यों फिर प्राइमरी पे क्यों। 1000 बार ये चीजें बोल चुका, 1000 बार हर क्लास में। कितने क्लासेस में आपको याद ही नहीं हो चीज, क्यों सुना ही नहीं, क्यों नहीं सुन रहे हो। अगर सर की सुननी नहीं है तो सर का क्लास अटेंड क्यों कर रहे हो। खलील आंसर दो मुझे, तुमसे पूछना चाह रहा हूँ ये चीज मैं, बिफोर वी स्टार्ट। नहीं तो क्या होगा ना, कितना भी मैं आगे पढ़ाऊँ आपको सेम प्रैक्टिस फॉलो होनी है। सर बोलेंगे कुछ और हम लोग सिलेक्टिव लिसनिंग करेंगे। ये तुम्हारी सिलेक्टिव लिसनिंग के चक्कर में ना सिलेक्टिव कॉल याद नहीं आ रहा है, बिकॉज आपको पता ही नहीं है किस पे ध्यान देना है। क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं, बोलो।
चलो, yeah,
जवाब दो
let's.
मुझे। आई एम गोइंग ऑन म्यूट, जवाब चाहिए मुझे एज अ स्टूडेंट, व्हाट एम आई सेइंग एंड व्हाट वुड अ स्टूडेंट रिप्लाई। टॉक, हेल्प मी। यू आर, यू यू आर, you are not a beginner, okay? I'm talking to you. You have seen the world, you have seen the world of aviation training. I want everybody to know, जो भी हमारे students आपके साथ batchmates हैं, how would you reply to this what I'm saying right now? Come on, be a part of it. I'm not scolding you or shouting you. We are sharing emotions and feelings and thoughts. जहाँ पे आपकी इतनी सी गलती है बस, बाकी लोग इतनी इतनी कर रहे हैं खलील, यू हैव नो आइडिया। यू हैव नो आइडिया, इतनी इतनी बड़ी गलती करके जा रहे हैं सब लोग। तुम्हें तो कुछ नहीं करी है, इसलिए मैं पूरी करा दूंगा। बट हेल्प मी एंड अंडरस्टैंड दिस।
Yes, sir. So I've been reckless and not focused enough in terms of training. I thought it would be something that would be straightforward, but it's not. You need to follow techniques and strategies to actually get through this. And it's not like just you're passing the exam, it's something you're gonna hold for the rest of your life, at least in aviation. So for that, I apologize. And hopefully from here on, we can get the exam done with and get more knowledge as we go ahead.
See, the fact that you can apologize is a very big thing, and we should be able to apologize. But right now, in classrooms, apology is not required. Okay? I'm not angry at you, and I don't need sorry. I'm stern with you. I need performance. Don't feel bad. You should be like, करता हूँ ना sir. This should be your attitude when sir is shouting. Yes, sir, ठंडा पियो, मैं कर लूंगा. This.
Yes, sir. We'll do
Just
it.
that's it. This is the philosophy. You're getting me? सर आई गॉट यू राइल्ड अप, रिलैक्स, मैं मेरा परफॉर्मेंस से आपको काम डाउन करूंगा, शांत हो जाओ आप। मैं बोला तू रुक, मेरे को शांत मत कर, तू परफॉर्म करके दे मेरे को। लेट्स टॉक, लेट्स कम टू द ग्राउंड, लेट्स कम ऑन द स्ट्रीट, फेस ईच अदर एंड डू इट। लेट्स डू इट।
Let's do it.
डोंट फील सॉरी। तुम्हारी गलती नहीं है, तुम्हें फोकस करना है बस। इफ दिस मेक्स यू लिसन टू मी, then great. If not, then again the language of love is going to come. Nothing else. It's a cycle then. There are no other ways. Okay, there's one way we can program you, but we don't know that way. Only you can program yourself. है ना?
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Let's start with the mock. Maybe I can show you
No,
otherwise.
let's clarify all your doubts first.
Yeah. So doubts with respect to part one and part two. This is part one.
Any random doubts, both are a part of your exam.
Okay. So we'll go through the mock, and then you'll have an idea of how I'm transmitting and receiving the readback, giving the readback, and then accordingly how to proceed. We'll know based on the time we have, and I'm just saying कि there's no time left to waste, so I'm just gonna make use of every hour and
No, no,
every minute.
that is all fine. That is all just fine. Talk technical doubts. How about other calls? Do you have any other calls?
Uh, some miscellaneous calls I need to go through still, like the pura part of it, and remaining calls is just a matter of doing it over and over again. I've gone through it enough.
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima, Mumbai ground, read you two. Say again.
Uh, from background, I say again, rest of the doubts with respect to RTR would be just conveying it to you in terms of transmission and receiving and feedback, and getting feedback based on that and improving regardless. How do you read?
Mm, readability is not great. Let's do a readability check properly. We might have to refresh our, what do we say? We might have to refresh our data connectivity, but that's fine. Mm,
How do you read me now? Is there echo?
no, it's fine. Do a readability check. So readability check would be ideally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do
Yeah.
you read? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read? Just that we have to take a couple of call signs. Second thing, I would want you to practice writing and doing calls right now. Okay. So make your log and I'll need pictures for the any first few calls that you take. Okay, of your logs. So let's do this readability check. Right now, let's see each other. Let's be comfortable and do it. Afterwards, we'll do the blind simulation. Um, so you do a readability check, proper call. Take any call sign that you have to take for me. You can consider Mumbai ground. You can consider Invictus ground, whatever makes you feel better. You use the structure properly. Write it. Listen to my call. Write it. Send me a picture. Let's do start with basic readability check.
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima.
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima, Mumbai ground.
Mumbai ground, Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima on stand 2. Transmitting on 121.90. Readability check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read?
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima, Mumbai ground. Read U5. How do you read?
Oh. Read you 5, strength 5, Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima.
Not bad. That was good. Send me a log, please. So this rate of speech is good. Not much work is required on this. Let's see if we can hold on to it. That is excellent. I can see you're thinking and doing, and that's the first step to make perfect calls. Like that's the first important step, mandatory step, I would say. Good job. Very good. Let's see if your logs are perfect. If there's someone talking to you, ask me to wait. Okay, this is your session. I am very chill with all those. No distractions. Okay. I'll understand your body language because camera is on. So I'll wait. बात कर लो आप अच्छे से. Don't worry. मेरे को बताओ go ahead and then we'll continue. इससे सर stand by. कुछ important आ गया तो बस I'll wait. Don't worry.
I've sent you the log.
Yeah, yeah. You can see if कोई बुला रहा है कुछ पूछ रहा है तो get it over with and tell them give me 10-15 minutes. I'll be back. Don't disturb if it's okay for them to not disturb you. मुंबई
Uh,
ग्राउंड और फिर नाश्ता चाय वाय है तो मंगा लो टेबल पे.
हम्म।
मुंबई ग्राउंड विक्टर टैंगो किलो अल्फा लीमा स्टैंड टू। ऑन हटा दो वहां से। ऑन। कट
Yep.
ऑन। वी डोंट नीड ऑन।
Yep.
कभी कभार बोल सकते हैं। स्टैंड टू।
Transmit.
ट्रांसमिटिंग ऑन नहीं रखना है, कट कर दो।
Yep.
एंड इफ यू राइटिंग 1 to 1 डेसिमल लाइनर, so डेसिमल लिखना नहीं है, जस्ट पुट अ पॉइंट।
So made it like a practice to write decimals. So that initially I used to say like dot nine. So now,
Yeah, so don't use the wrong technique to memorize it. It will lead you to further errors. Although your heart is in the right place, your technique is wrong and that will confuse you.
whatever.
So learn to read uh, decimals as decimals, but write them as decimals. It's the same thing. है ना? Don't do the extra. Read you zero. Zero is not a scale. Read you one. Okay, sorry, you're not saying anything. Sorry, sorry, I saw that YouTube video. Okay.
No,
So,
no
yeah.
one.
Wait, where is this? All right, I have it. Wait. Hmm. Mm, okay. Just the same copy from your, what do we say? What am I saying right now? The same picture, just send quickly email, fly with iCATS. Yeah, it'll be easy. I'll show you corrections directly. All your notes today, send on WhatsApp as well as send on fly with iCATS at gmail.com. So I can actually show you corrections on your own note. That will be much more easier for you to see. So decimal for you to remember to write decimal is good, but don't do it in live calls. You can do it during practice. In live calls, you'll write point, but you'll say decimal. Remember, understand why do we have abbreviations? Why? Why do we have abbreviations? Because we have reports, we have
Mm.
calls. We want to shorten their length. Otherwise, one report will be like an essay. Now, NOTAMs you must have seen, METAR you must have seen. All these things are coded, and people not from aviation will not understand them. It is not to keep it secret. It is to keep it short. A report should feel like report. It should not feel like a newspaper. And if I don't put abbreviations, then it is definitely like a newspaper. See our calls. We write our calls. People say, "Sir is giving lengthy calls." They are thorough calls. You use abbreviations. They are not lengthy. But nobody is bothered to even learn the abbreviations. So I say, okay, थोड़ा element निकाल दो, उससे ज़्यादा तो क्या निकालोगे? There are some calls that have to be lengthy because they're 20 mark one-time calls. RCF, basically all RCF calls are one-time calls. They have to be lengthy, otherwise how do you get 20 marks? People judge, and then they go for shortcuts in Delhi, buy their way out. Even after learning 80% from us, they give up. They give up there because it takes 6 months for them to study that much. What any dedicated student who is lack of resources can show and do in 20 days what I'm teaching. So how are they able to do it and crack it in the first attempt without anything else? Because they know they have no other choice. They don't have the money. They won't go the shortcut also, but they don't have the big money also. And they know your opportunity है. And there's so many students, you'll see messages that I keep getting every now and then. Sir, जो भी free material है ना, हम तो उससे ही पास हुए. Imagine. Yesterday I took a YouTube comment, पता नहीं comment कहाँ से open था. I generally keep close because some people abuse and I don't like it. And उसके अंदर स्क्रीनशॉट लिया और उसने बोला, सर आपके वीडियो की वजह से मैंने अटेम्प्ट पास कर लिया, वो कर लिया. मैं बोला, भाई कौन से, मैं तो पूरा कोर्स भी नहीं रखा है कहीं जो सबके लिए ओपन है. बट समझने वाले 2 क्लास में समझ जाते हैं टेक्निक क्या है टिका. और वो 2 क्लास में अगर हमारा ध्यान नहीं है तो हम क्या ही समझेंगे कल. तो द प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट इन व्हाट सर इज टीचिंग, द प्रॉब्लम इज हाउ वी आर लर्निंग. इट वॉज अ गुड कॉल. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विथ इट. सो वन बेसिक थिंग, स्मॉल थिंग डन करेक्टली. गुड जॉब. रीडेबिलिटी थोड़ी अच्छी नहीं है बट विल मेक डू विद इट. So can you
So
tell me why secondary first and then primary?
if you want, I can get my earphones, and I think it'll be better. You can
Sure,
stand by.
sure. Yeah. Why not? Let's try that. That is much better, I think. once you
Mumbai
get in,
Ground.
once, yeah, carry on.
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
I think it's
Readability.
a problem in my headsets. Wait,
How do you read?
wait. Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima Mumbai ground 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. How do you read?
AD5. Strength 5. Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
Okay, let's go ahead with this. Let's see.
How do you read?
Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima Mumbai ground read you 4. How do you read?
AD5. Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
I think you're fine. You go ahead with that. I think whatever
Mm-hmm.
from my side, this is good. Come on. Okay. All right. So now I'll just make corrections. You understand this? Okay. See, you've not written date. You're not following instructions even now. ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो प्लीज सारी चीजें करो. प्लीज राइट डेट फॉर ईच सेशन वी टेक. नहीं तो तुम्हें कॉल कहाँ लिखे हैं नहीं मिलेंगे. Can we see the screen? Can we not see the screen?
No
Yeah, we can.
problem.
It will come. It will come. Hmm. Okay. So W1, very good. W2, very good. We don't need on. Are you able to see what corrections
Fine.
I'm making? Okay. Or transmitting on nahi chahiye. This will be written as 1 to 1 decimal niner. Write like this, speak like this. 1 to 1 decimal niner. Your focus should be on niner as well. So write, read or speak. This is read or speak. Write and read or speak. Simple. We cannot put in our things inside. Okay. We cannot invent things in RT as a pilot. Readability check. चेक थोड़ा बड़ा लिखो. सी थोड़ा आपका कर्व कर दो सो दैट गाय गाय में वो और if you just go fast that C would look like L or something else. And abbreviations, whenever you are writing abbreviations, try to write full letters like capital letters. Try. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. How do you read? Very good. With triangle here, read you 5. How do you read? Very good. Read you 5, strength 5. Very good. Perfect. Very nice. So you're following it. Very good. So the readability is done. Very nice. Do you have any questions?
Negative. Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
I'll give you 2 minutes to think and forcefully ask me 2 questions. By the time I'm sure you have made the corrections. If yes, then send me on WhatsApp after corrections. And anytime you're learning something, soak it in. Don't just nod or listen to understand. Soak it in. See if you have any questions. Like soaking it is and thinking about it. See if you have any questions and then go about it. And while you're doing that and sending, just answer me. Um, you have charts, right? And I hope you
Confirm,
have
sir.
the latest copy of charts from the digital library Google Drive folder.
Yes, sir.
Good. So check the chart number on this chart paper, which will send you. And as per that, you get the chart out.
Okay, sir. Confirm.
So I'll not be sharing the chart on the screen. Maybe I will, mostly. I can actually, okay. If you're done with corrections, just ask 2 minutes. You have to ask two RT based questions. It's a task given to you right now. You don't question the task. You don't question the instructor, not at least here at
Sir,
iCATS. Hmm. तो मुंह पे बोलना पड़ रहा है आजकल मुझे. बुरा लग रहा है बोलने के लिए, डोंट क्वेश्चन द इंस्ट्रक्टर, जनरली वी शुड इफ दे आर नॉट डूइंग द
I'm
राइट,
doing. I'm doing it.
बट हियर आई
So,
डोंट थिंक यू शुड। बोलो बोलो बोलो।
okay, so for one-to-one decimal line, we don't have to put transmitting because
बाबा ये
most of
पहले
the calls.
पहले तो नाइन नहीं है, नाइनर है।
No, 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 no.
नाइनर
So,
नाइनर नहीं, स्टडी दैट। मिस्टेक नहीं नहीं, स्टडी दैट फर्स्ट, अभी अभी नाइनर को दिमाग में बना लो, स्टडी एंड सी इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस अबाउट नाइनर। मेरे को पता है आप कुछ और पूछ रहे हो, मैं कुछ और बोल रहा हूँ, पहले नाइनर पे ध्यान दो, एग्जामिनर्स का ध्यान नाइनर पे होगा पहले, बाद में किसी चीज पे होगा अगर आप वो गलत करोगे तो। बोलो क्या बोल रहे हो अभी।
so the one-to-one decimal line, right? So we don't have to put transmitting on. They, it's understood that it's just one-to-one decimal line. That's it, right? Because most of the calls I've heard before, I've heard students say it. So that's why I had that doubt.
Which
And
calls you have heard students say it?
during the
Where?
initial lectures,
Uh, I mean, they must have said it, but I've not approved those calls. I don't know
right,
what you're
right.
following. That you're following the wrong thing. Your attention is on the wrong thing. That
Okay.
is not even 5-10% of what would have happened, but your mind has grasped it. It's wrong. It
Okay,
is
now it's
not correct.
corrected. Now it's correct. So that's good. And one more thing I wanted to ask you: strength five, is it optional or required? The redefine strength five.
Now the logic here is something
Mm-hmm.
that I keep explaining again and again. Okay, I don't know why हमारा ध्यान नहीं रहता है इस पे, but अभी एक बार बोल दिया तो समझ लो और उसको फिर समझो और याद रखो। Otherwise, the same thing being repeated again and again doesn't make sense also. Just study that. Just study that. What are the rules for replies? It all goes down to that rules of replies. The rules of replies are read back of any information, instruction, or clearance given to you. Then acknowledge any question asked or any instruction given to you for future. Then something else if you have, and then end with your call sign. So read your five is the read back of the information given to you. Strength five is a reply of they asking you how do you read,
Mm-hmm.
and then you end with your call sign. So it is definitely
Mm-hmm.
compulsory in the situation. It's not optional. The reason we say strength five separately and read your five is to not make them understand confused that we
Mm-hmm.
are saying the same word twice.
Right. So instead of saying redefine, it's redefine strength five so that they know that we have strength
Yeah, read
five.
your five is read back. And how do you read
Yeah.
strength five? We can
Strength five.
respond to how do you read in two words, read you
Kind of
five or
words.
strength five.
Got it. Some. Yep.
These are the things that we are missing. Nothing else for you, Khalil. I'm telling you, for you, it's going to be super easy because you're already a pro pilot. And a pro pilot would have spoken hours and hours with ATC safely. It's just that they don't follow it by the book. Exams are by the book. That's it.
Yep.
So we have to fill in the gap. That's why I say all students, not to you, don't regret. Now we are to lucky we have CPL. Come on, yeah, that is more than anything else. What I'm saying is, like, don't first skip your ground studies and go for training. Learn it and then go, so that you practice. No matter what they teach you there in RT, in whichever country, you'll always practice the by the book RT. That's it. Otherwise, they will teach you the wrong RT. So, what is this again? One more question. Come on. See, you asked the question and you fixed a big flaw. And before that, you didn't have a question. तुम देख रहे हो सर कितना आगे है इस चीज में कि आपके माइंड को आपसे ज्यादा समझ रहे हैं। समझ रहे हो आप? तो जस्ट ट्रस्ट रखो और काम करो और वैसा करो जैसे करना है। इवन व्हेन सर इज नॉट लाइव टॉकिंग टू यू, लेक्चर्स के थ्रू भी जब बात कर रहे हैं तब। सो दिस रीड यू फाइव इज अ रीड बैक। ओके, अच्छे से समझ लो आप ये। हाउ डू यू रीड इज स्ट्रेंथ फाइव, दिस इज एक्नॉलेजमेंट। ओके, एंड देन दिस इज
Full sign.
end
And with
with
calls.
end with call sign.
And with calls.
These are the three important parameters for any reply. Read back. Read back goes with what? ये पिक्चर मैं सेव कर रहा हूँ, आप भी ये नोट बना लो। रीड बैक व्हाट? रीड बैक एनी info, any instruction, any clearance, or any approval. Information could be denial of your clearances also, requests also. Okay. Are you clear? Everything you have to acknowledge. Yes, sir, ये समझ गया. Yes, sir, ये नहीं समझा. Yes, sir, ये
Clear,
समझ गया.
sir.
Acknowledging
Clear.
me is acknowledging yourself.
Yep.
या नहीं affirm.
I said clear. Affirm, sir.
affirm सर नहीं affirm. बस आरटी रखो. आरटी में सर नहीं बोलना है अपन को.
Affirm Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
गुस्सा मत करो मेरे पे.
Right.
Please. You have done the wrong thing by not remembering the lectures that you have studied as a student. You have no right to be angry at a student, at your teacher when your teacher is right and you have not done the right thing. गुस्सा बहुत आता है सबका. ईगो हर्ट हो जाता है.
Negative, sir.
नहीं, हम जस्ट शेयरिंग विथ यू. तुम्हारी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. बहुत देखा है मैंने. एक बच्चे तो बोलता है सर यू क्रॉस द लाइन. बोला आपने 2 लेक्चर पढ़े नहीं, आप मेरे को बोल रहे हो मॉक प्रैक्टिस करो, मॉक प्रैक्टिस करो. लेक्चर तो पढ़ लो. हो गया सर, हो गया, हो गया. झूठ क्यों बोल रहे हो यार? हो गया? ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. सर को पता है कितना टाइम लगता है. तो मॉक ले लो, मॉक ले लो. इवेंचुअली क्या हो रहा है, वो लोग बस वहां से ही पास हो रहे हैं, डायरेक्ट ही पास हो रहे हैं सारे. मेरे को लिस्ट में नाम देख के पता चलता है कौन कैसे पास हुआ है. नाउ हाउ विल दे टॉक टू मी एवर इन लाइफ? दे विल बी स्कैर्ड. अरे सर को तो पता है. Nobody would want to associate where they know that we know that they have taken a shortcut. They'll always be scared. अरे बाकी किसको नहीं पता, इनको पता है. और कोई ज्यादा पावरफुल निकाला तो पता नहीं, सर को मरवा बरवा भी देंगे ये लोग तो. कि नो लूज एंड्स वाली चीज है. ऐसे भी लोग हैं. सो आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू सच पीपल. डर लगता है बहुत मुझे मेरे लिए फिर. And these are crorepati's, हाँ. They are like big shot crorepati. Like बच्चे बच्चों के पास करोड़ों की फैक्ट्रीज है, तो बड़ों के पास तो क्या ही होगी, उनके पेरेंट्स के पास तो क्या ही होगी. And these are politicians के बच्चे लोग. एंड पता नहीं क्या क्या, किधर किधर के सीएम, डेप्यूटी सीएम, पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ से. मैं बोलता हूँ तुम्हारे पास इतने रिसोर्सेज हैं, थोड़ा पढ़ लो. यू माइट बी एबल टू सेव इंडियन इंडस्ट्री. बट उनको क्या है, उनको शॉर्टकट ही आता है, वही देख के सीखे हैं वो लोग. तो वो लोग क्या ही करेंगे आगे जाके. उनको किसी ने और कुछ सिखाया ही नहीं है. वन मोर क्वेश्चन, कम ऑन एंड लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड.
The negative
You
of the
have to
question.
ask 2 questions.
Okay.
It's a compulsory task.
Mumbai ground, we
Mhm.
use SMC, right? So can we put GRD? Just asking.
Yeah, you can
The-
choose abbreviation of ground if it's there in the booklet. You can write Pura Ground, GROUND, or you can write SMC because it's the actual call sign. All three possibilities are available for you.
Got it.
So if ground has an abbreviation, I would want you to quickly go through your abbreviation booklet and tell me. Do you have GROUND?
One moment, sir.
Sure. No, not one moment. Stand
Stand
by.
by. Victor Tango Kilo Alpha Lima.
Yeah.
So showing surface movement control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm searching
And
for
look for
G.
G. Look for G and see if anything is there for ground. So we know SMC is the only option we are getting. Now let's check for G in G and check all 4 sections. There are 4 or 5 sections.
Yep.
We'll just look for GR. You don't have to go through everyone. Encode, decode both.
There's one GND
Mm-hmm.
called November Delta for ground. And
Send me a screenshot of that picture or screenshot. So now you have got what we are learning is actually what there is. We have multiple options. Now you're free to choose. I would suggest you choose SMC when you're taking ATC call signs for ground. And if ground is used elsewhere where it's not a call sign, then you can use GND to make it super duper accurate.
got it. Affirm.
गॉट इट नहीं रॉजर अफर्म.
Roger, Roger.
रॉजर में भी यस या नो नहीं होता है, सो वी कैन से अफर्म.
Affirm Victor Tango फिलहाल Lima.
या. So silly, so silly. How do I get it off?
I've sent you the screenshot.
Mm-hmm. Chalo. Let's go blind. Okay. I'll share the question paper on screen. Are you using a computer or mobile phone?
Um, Computer.
Good. So I'll share the question paper on screen. What's wrong? Yeah, what's wrong? Okay. 1 second. Okay. Chalo. Remember the techniques? I'll just give you a brief couple of minutes so that we don't waste time. After the mock, and it is that first read the flight plan carefully. Second is read all 13 elements of the exam flight plan. After that, you have to ensure that you're reading the instructions in the question paper carefully. And then you'll start checking your questions. I mean, addressing your questions. When you address question number one, check if it has question number one and then sub questions. If yes, then just be careful that there might be connectivity or there might be differences in simple calls. Don't just blindly expect a startup call, taxi call, and blindly give a call that you think you could have mugged up. Instead, read the question carefully. In the exam flight plan, there is a section called, what do we call it? Mm, a special handling, other information. So, in that case, other information, you have to be careful that if it is priority handling and if your first question is startup call and if a delay is given to you due traffic, you cannot take delay due traffic when you have special handling. You can take delay when there is a bad weather condition, so bad that you cannot fly. But sometimes if it's a VFR situation, then you can ask for special VFR also when you cannot take delay. So there are multiple things you need to be careful about question number one, because that's the first time when you might be going slow and spending a lot of time. And ideally, the technique to read flight plan and tracking the routes on the charts inclusive can take some time. So if you do a wrong question, a wrong answer to first question, and you spend about 5 to 7 minutes totally with the practice and all, it doesn't seem like worth it, and you realize all of a sudden half of the paper time is gone, and the pressure kicks in because you know you have done wrong in question number one. And if the question number one has sub questions, then it will be more delayed, and you might find yourself 10 minutes down the line and just done with question number one, and there also didn't have accuracy. And that really will make you lose your mojo, even though you would have prepared a lot. And that risk we are not willing to take. So we give you strategies to avoid that risk. You have to apply. If you don't apply, they will not work for you. Okay. If you don't understand it in one induction or instruction, then you can say, sir, can you try and explain me it in a different way? I'm not getting it what you're trying to say. I really want to understand. If we don't get it in the first go, we try to disassociate and we think, अरे सर को क्या पता. Instead of that, सर अच्छे से समझाओ ना, मेरे को नहीं समझ रहा, मेरी भाषा में समझाओ. Teach me, show me how to do it. I'll be like, yeah, come, let's meet. मैं मिलके ही पढ़ाता हूँ अच्छे से. Where are you? मैं आता हूँ एग्जाम के पहले. चलो दिल्ली में एग्जाम के पहले. बट फिर वो 2 दिन क्यों वेट करना, हम अभी कर सकते हैं तो. Hmm. So do that,
Agreed.
and then when you are addressing a question, okay, then when you are addressing a question, frame the call first in your mind. The importance of framing your call first in your mind is to look out for mistakes that we make out of impulse and to verify whether the call that we're going to take is a correct call or not. Okay. And then once the call we have made, we have analyzed the call with respect to whether we are calling the right ATC. We will check on the chart the right ATC and call structure. Why are we calling? Then we are good to transmit live to the examiner. And the writing thing is not a problem for you, so that is great. Then until the time we are told go to the next question, we will maintain a continuity. We will maintain a continuity of sequence of events as they would happen in real life. After startup, we would say ready for taxi. After taxi, we would take taxi instructions and then comply with them. Then we'll be reaching a point at the runway holding point where we'll inform. Then we'll want to switch to tower before we request enter runway clearance or permission to enter runway. And then once we are entering runway or have entered runway, then we will be requesting for takeoff clearance. Before you take takeoff clearance and anytime from startup, you do have to take another clearance other than taxi and startup, which is ATC clearance or departure clearance. This ATC clearance or departure clearance will be given to you when no standard departures will be applicable for your flight. Half of the flights will be going as per standard departures. Half of the flight might be given with respect to real-time ATC clearances, depending upon what kind of weather is there. So this is a sequence of events. Clearance for departure is taken, or departure clearance is taken before, and departure clearance compliance is taken after takeoff. It is like that. Although in the exams, those two questions can come in sequence: request ATC clearance, comply with ATC clearance. It means requesting would have happened anywhere before takeoff, and this compliance that we are doing is now after takeoff. So in between, all sequences are now not going to be asked to you because in exams they will not break the sequence. If they have missed a few points through sequence, then those points will be skipped only like that. Okay.
Concept.
Will you remember
Okay.
these techniques?
I'll take my time to answer, so that I go through it and not jump to conclusions for assuming.
Yeah. Good
I think
idea.
that's an issue. So we'll fix that.
Yeah, that's not an issue, but that's something we need to master or avoid. Be very positive about yourself. Use the correct words. We are already under so much of self-criticism. We don't need more. Chalo, go blind and I'll share it with you. The moment I share the paper with you, it will mean that we are starting. Check the paper, check the time. Because it's your first practice mock, we are doing it for the lesser time, just to give you an idea. But we will be staying true to each question getting 5 minutes. So with respect to that, the practice is going to be as good as real thing. For you, you have to maintain accuracy. Please remember that. Where is the paper? Chalo. All the best, do well, and we'll quickly do a feedback exactly now. Okay? Chalo. You also go blind, okay? आप भी अपना वीडियो बंद कर देना. All the best.
Okay, sir.
1 second, we're starting. Can you see the paper and the chart?
Negative. Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima.
Yes or no?
Affirm. Can see the charts. Victor Tango,
Victor Tango
Kilo
Kilo
Alpha
Alpha
Lima.
Lima. Mumbai ground. How do you read? Confirm if you can see the paper and chart on screen. You can refer your own chart, but can you see the question paper? Confirm, quick. Standing by for your confirmation.
Background, Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima. Confirm. I can see the charts and the question paper. Ready for exam.
Mock. So up
Mock.
here also we have a good thing to learn. Just avoid looking at the paper. I asked you to say confirm if you can see it. Now you cannot use confirm. The person asking a question can only use confirm. You will
Okay.
say affirm or
Affirm.
negative.
Okay.
See,
So no
see
read
these
back there.
these
Yep.
yeah, because it's a question, so you don't need to read back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Read back will be only for any information,
Only
instruction,
for
clearance, or
information.
approval. See? Yeah. Your gap is only here and nowhere else, my dear Khalil. Nothing else. You see where you are lacking. These are the things. That's it. And part one is still not a problem for you because you know you have got through. But still, we cannot risk it with these gaps. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Affirm. Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima.
Be alert, okay?
Gotcha.
I hope you can you also see the timer?
Affirm. Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima.
I don't want you to see the timer. Okay. So good for you. You can start studying the paper. Mm. Examiner has not yet told you start transmitting, so that's good for you. You can settle down in that much time. Okay, you can start transmitting. Now remember, when you're told you can start transmitting, it means a timer has begun. You will still follow your strategy.
Affirm. Victor Tango, Kilo Alpha Lima. Hyderabad ground. Victor Tango, Kilo, correction. Victor Tango, November, Mike, Bravo. Stand, Bravo 8. Disregard. Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November, Mike, Bravo. Stand, Bravo 8. 122.55. Readability check. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read? I say
Uh,
again.
I can give you a readability check, but why you're doing readability check? Read the question carefully.
Hyderabad Bravo, Victor Tango, November, Mike, Bravo, stand, Bravo 8, IFR, Hyderabad, Kolkata, passengers on board, 120, Airbus A350, heavy, flight level 290, request startup clearance for flight level 290, hospital flight, requesting priority for startup, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo.
Go to next question.
Transmitting for question number 2. Hyderabad ground, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo. Startup complete. Request taxi instructions. To active runway. I say again. Hyderabad Bravo, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo. Startup complete. Request taxi clearance to active runway.
Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo, Hyderabad Tower. Speak slower. Say again all.
I say again. Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo. Startup complete. Quest taxi instructions to active runway.
Victor Tango November Mike Bravo, Hyderabad Tower, cleared to taxi to runway 21, taxi via taxiway Echo, turn left for taxiway Lima 2, turn right, taxiway Lima 3, hold short, runway 21, report reaching.
Clear to taxi, runway 21, taxi via taxiway Echo, turn left for taxiway Lima 2, turn right at taxiway Lima 3, hold short, runway 21, will go, Victor Tango, November Mike, Bravo.
Go to the next question.
Transmitting for question number 2, part 2. Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November Mike, Bravo, holding short, runway 21, request takeoff clearance for flight level 290.
Go to the next question.
Pan, 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 pan. Kolkata control, Victor Tango, November Mike, Bravo, radial two 90, 30 DME, outbound, Juliet Sierra, Alpha 791, passing flight level 150, flight level 70, experienced bird hit, affecting structural damage to aircraft, would like to deviate to alternate aerodrome. Victor Echo Juliet Sierra. Quest for deviation. Victor Tango November Mike Bravo. I say again, Pan Pan, Pan Pan, Pan Pan, Kolkata Control, Victor Tango November Mike Bravo, ADL 29030 DM outbound, Juliet Sierra, Alpha 7901, passing flight level 150 to flight level 70, experienced bird hit, suspecting structural damage to aircraft, would like to deviate to alternate aerodrome, request for deviation, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo. Kolkata ground, Kolkata control, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo, negative contact with ATC, experienced
Okay, time's up. Can you please submit your logs? आप पहले व्हाट्सएप पे भेज दो फिर सारा ईमेल कर दो दोनों कर दो तो इफ यू हैव करेक्शंस वी कैन डू इट ऑन स्क्रीन आराम से एंड आई वांट टू सी यू कैन यू टॉक व्हाइल डूइंग दिस sharing logs
Yep. 1 second.
so how was your
Sorry.
experience
Very real. Sorry.
sorry say again
Very real, sir.
very real I'm happy how do you feel about your performance
Not good, sir.
okay if you know not good great let's look at the positives बहुत positives हैं logs are great I'll give you a feedback. Just send it on email also quickly. अच्छा है कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं है डोंट वरी जस्ट डेली मैं जैसे बता रहा हूँ वैसे पढ़ो एंड जैसे डाउट्स आ रहे हैं वैसे शेयर करो फिलहाल तो एवरीडे पे आप यही एफर्ट रखो एक दो दिन के लिए एक बार अच्छा मॉक हो जाए तो उसके बाद तो यू कैन गो अबाउट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर पार्ट 2 एंड विल डू पार्ट 2 मॉक्स देन सिंपल मैं चाहता हूँ कि ये वीकेंड से पहले पहले यू आर रेडी गुड बिग लेवल रेडी समझ रहे हो खुद से तुम्हें फील हो गया रे सर कोई भी पेपर दे दो मैं खराब से खराब पेपर में भी 70 से नीचे तो नहीं लाऊंगा बस वो कॉन्फिडेंस पे आप आ गए ना, आपको नींद में भी उठा लेंगे ना, आप मुझे करेक्ट कॉल ही दोगे। इसलिए सुबह मैं मस्ती कर रहा था, मजाक नहीं उड़ा रहा था। मतलब इसको देखो सुबह सुबह क्या कर रहा है, मैं तो हंसूंगा इस पे और क्या ही करूंगा, मतलब क्या चल रहा है ये सुबह सुबह। एक गलती, दूसरी गलती, तीसरी गलती, लाइक ब्लैंक। हो क्या रहा है मेरे साथ सुबह सुबह? मैं बोला मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा है सुबह? बोला ठीक है, कोई नहीं। होता है ना, अपन जब छोटे होते हैं तो अपन को भी उंगली पकड़ के ही चलना सिखाता है ना सब। सो वी शुड नॉट फील बैड अबाउट इट। वी शुड बी थिंकिंग अबाउट वॉकिंग एंड रनिंग, दैट्स इट, कैसे भी सीखे। All the world's spiritual knowledge we get from people who have done so much of meditations, all the godly books that we have in all religions, all that source of divinity, we get it from where? From people who we treat as gods and gurus and instructors, and we just follow them. When you talk about religion, you talk about all these religious texts, there's so many in the world. They all go back to a single entity somewhere. And imagine the kind of respect people have for them that it's become a religion. If let's say I have God XYZ and I believe in that God and only I believe in that God, then it's not a religion for the world, it's a religion for me. And if the same thing is done by, let's say, 50 crore people, then it becomes a religion. But they're still listening to that one person. And they are doing everything that the person says because they need something from that person. What is that? Solution to their problems. Nothing else. Everybody, or fulfillment of their desires. Why do you think people need God? Because they can't accomplish everything by themselves. Even the richest of people, they will offer thousands and thousands of crores and rupees of prayers and offerings to God to get something in return. But they believe. Now people are believing in instructors who don't even exist, which is just these things. But their teachings are there in our book, so we believe in those teachings. And we believe in those people who are teaching us through those teachings, are appointed ministers and appointed leaders for all these religious organizations. But it works because there is truth in following something. All religions will teach us good things, and we have to learn good things, so we follow those good things. Why do you think our parents say read this, read that, read this, read that? Why do we touch holy books? Why do in the court of law in all the world we touch holy books? Because those are teachings, sacred teachings that we cannot deviate from. Education for any subject is just like that. Years and years of research has gone into creating that technology when it comes to scientific studies or science based studies. Everything is science based studies. Medical. Why are medical students finding it so difficult to crack exams? Why? They have instructors, they have college, they have books, and they are trying to follow everything. They realize everything cannot be recalled and remembered in their mind. That's it. They're struggling hard and hard and hard and hard. Then why in aviation we are not following that? Why? We can follow it in religion, we can follow it in every other practice, we can follow it in medical. Why are we not following it in civil aviation? Why? I don't understand why. We follow it in defense. Just this is one place where we choose not to follow it. I ask why. Let's come to feedback. What are your mistakes?
So I was not, I'll list it down for you. I can make it better.
Chalo, did you understand the question paper?
I did understand it, but I felt like I could have given it a bit more time to, like, for example, I made an issue with the ground. I assumed that it would be ground, but it's not. So that's one. That's
Mm-hmm.
Hyderabad Tower. But I did say disregard. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, that would have been a bad mark on the
Mm-hmm.
examiner for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And readability check wasn't required. I assumed readability check was assumed to be have done.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought it was something we need to do before the start of every question paper. So that is resolved. We don't have to do that unless it's asked. So that's done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go step by step because that'll make everything easier. You can also track back and
Mm-hmm.
you can fill in the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then so startup, I mean, it's a very basic call startup. And I think I missed out on a few elements. I'm not sure what it was because I was like, matlab, all the necessary information is there, but
Mm-hmm.
I know you will fill in the gaps where I missed out on.
Mm-hmm.
So startup incomplete information.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I did mention the special request priority, but I'm not sure if I did it right.
Mm-hmm.
So STS handling, what went wrong there?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at the same time, I was thinking about what I was missing out on the startup call. I was getting worried. I was like, okay, I'm not, there was a couple of things I am missing out on. So I was kind of getting worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said go to next question without even giving me startup clearance.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't too nice.
Say that last part
Yeah.
again. Say the last part again.
You didn't give me startup clearance and you didn't even deny it. So I was like, what's going on? There has to be some sort of incomplete information. Because if you denied, I could have been like request reason
Mm-hmm.
for denying startup. Also, the fact that I have the STS, the hospital flight priority startup clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After that, the next question was obtain taxi clearance.
Mm-hmm.
I think I spoke a bit fast than I would, but then I think this went right. So I'm not going to complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, I think it could have been. No, actually, I think it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any complaints regarding. I'm very happy about this call. Taxi compliance would be
Would be.
in tax. I was confused whether I had to proceed after taxi with the clearance part because I was not sure where to split the both of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting the taxi clearance, obtaining taxi clearance, and complying with it. So I think complying would be to read back all the instructions that you have said.
Mm-hmm.
Obtaining would just be like till the part where you give me those instructions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Uh, yeah, and the third question, I still had because this Alpha 790 I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at where it connects with call 450. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I took a closer look after the exam, I found out that it joins Juliet Sierra,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's where the Golf 450 means. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that, and I didn't say the radial right because it was supposed to be radial 275 outbound
Mm-hmm.
30 DME outbound for radial 275 of JJS.
Mm-hmm.
And structural damage, I was not sure whether it'd be a pan or a distress call, but
Mm-hmm.
based on like looking back now, I think it was a mayday call,
Mm-hmm.
but I still wasn't so sure about it. So I was like confused between mayday and pan. And I was not sure what to do after that. Like there is a format addressing to the whoever the ATC is, the condition what you're going through, the intention of what you want to do, and the additional information such as your flight route, flight plan, and uh, aircraft type and passengers on board, all of that. And I was sure I had to call Kolkata control,
Mm-hmm.
but I still have that doubt sometimes when it comes to the chart
Mm-hmm.
because I know that the straight, the solid blue lines denote the control area,
Mm-hmm.
and I still have that doubt regarding the tower and approach part. So I
Mm-hmm.
think the tower approach control separations I'm not fully clear with it yet. I know it'll be a big problem when I'm reading the charts.
Any other
Yeah.
observation?
From the last call, I think, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think deviating. I think it would have been a mayday call because the airport would, the ATC would just give me, because I'm closer to Kolkata than any other thing. So I would have
Mm-hmm.
just landed in Kolkata. I didn't have any reason to deviate.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, not maybe, the tower would have, control would have shifted me to tower, and tower would have given me priority to
Mm-hmm.
land if
Mm-hmm.
it's Mayday, which would be like ideal, because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to take any chance for the passengers I have on my
Mm-hmm.
plane.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So your paper, come on, it's fine. It's first mock. It will have errors. It's okay. Your observation on your performance is really very nice. The way you have looked out with respect to all the things. So I can see finally you have come to an understanding of what you have done and what is the correct thing. That is very good. Like most of your observation has been correct. Um, I want to know when you are told think and then give questions or think and then give calls. Why would you not do it? Like if you can figure out your mistakes after the exam, you can very well figure it out before giving every call. And this is why the strategy is given to you in the first place, which you have not applied. The first thing that I told you in morning over texts was apply your learning. What was it you said? Sorry, I said sorry से RT license clear नहीं होता. Hmm? I said ना movie का dialogue है ना. Hmm? So the fact that you know almost all of the correct thing and the fact that you didn't bother to give the correct thing, that's the that's the problem there. You could have done it before you give the paper, and the icing on the cake is sir gave you as a mandatory instruction also. Why are we not applying it? Something to think about today. If I know the correct things when giving the call, why did I not give it correctly when I know I could have given it correctly? So the strategy to think about the call first and then give is to ensure that these mistakes for each call can be figured out, corrected upon, and then given the call. Like, okay, I can say that, okay, control approach tower, for 15 minutes I can explain you the chart again, no problem. But पैन पैन नहीं होना चाहिए था मेडे होना चाहिए था ये खुद से दिमाग में
Hmm.
सोच लेते ना कि अगर प्रैक्टिस करते जो मैंने सिखाया प्रैक्टिस करना इट टुक यू व्हाट 5 minutes and you realized all your mistakes. You should have spent those 5 minutes and not made those mistakes.
Yeah.
Instead of losing the whole paper, you would have lost what? 10 marks. Last 2 minutes, 3 minutes that you would have lost. Question number five. Time ka agar concern hai, why are we rushing? Why are we not implementing the strategy? That is one big learning for you because everything else you have fixed it by yourself. You don't even need me. So what you have done is when you have to think about as an evaluator, you are doing the right thing. But when you are thinking about as a student, you are doing the wrong thing. So why not just think about an evaluator, think that you are my co-instructor and take it ahead, whatever preparation you have to do. Because that confidence that you have of leadership and of being someone who could correct is actually making you remember the correct thing. And the ideology or understanding that I'm still stuck somewhere to give an exam is actually making you think about the wrong thing. What if that's the point that is missing? Because you know everything, almost. You have analyzed your paper as if my second best instructor would analyze in the first two demo lectures that I am asking him to take for a job offer. And that is excellent. I would be proud. I'd be like, Khalil, तुम्हारा कुछ
You
जब तक नहीं
know,
हो रहा, you come and teach for.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the first thing I thought about when I joined your class is to clear it and ask to instruct for you. And when I failed the first two exams, I just gave up on it.
No, now
Yeah,
I'm
that
telling
was
you
my,
upfrontly. I don't even know that, but I'm telling you upfrontly that I would love to have you because look at that. Now that is something that is so good. If you're correct with accuracy of things, you're good to go. But as a student, you have to first apply all those things. Now this is your what do we say? Everybody has to walk the path of fire in one or the other way in their lives, and every now and then. For you towards your goal of getting this license, this is your path of fire that you have to walk. And understand the pain might be intense, but the journey is always short when it comes to walking on fire. You just have to dare and take the risk. So for you, this is not what you have to gain or learn to ensure you get what you need. Only this much. And I said that before also, the day before also. I can sense it. I can sense it. And I'm right about my students. So this is good. I'm so happy for you. Now, see, we'll be doing two things. Okay. Of course, assumptions with respect to making a readability check, you figured it out. In case you want to check the readability before you start taking paper, you can tell the examiner, sir, I'm just checking the readability to ensure we can hear each other properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read? Like this. You don't have to write that. Okay. With the examiner. You can do it informally. Then you just follow the startup. Now the startup call would be like this. I hope you can see the screen.
Yep.
Firstly, check the ATC before calling. There's no ground. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On Hyderabad. You said disregard. Whenever we say disregard, we follow two W's and then say disregard. Okay. So Tower, Victor Tango, November, Mike Bravo, Stan Bravo 8. I don't know what you said here. 122.5, readability check. I said I was a good examiner. I helped you. Why are you giving me this? Is this what is asked? So the examiner was helpful to you, giving you clear instructions. Sometimes they will not do it. They'll just simulate what? No response over here. Nothing else. Or they would simply say, go to next question and not give you an opportunity to score 20 on 20 on a startup call. Exactly what I said. The first question should not be a troubling question. A question where
Mm-hmm.
we give wrong thing. And this is exactly what was happening, but examiner was helpful. I'm like, चलो try करने देते यार बच्चे को try क्या हो गया? Let him try. Then you started correctly. Hyderabad to what?
Hyderabad Tower.
Yeah, wait, I'm checking. Let me see. Hmm. IFR Hyderabad to Kolkata, right? Two there. Two here is
Mm-hmm.
needed. Hyderabad to Kolkata, passenger 120, Airbus. What did you say about A320? I didn't realize. 20? You said 20?
I said heavy, so.
No, I could not hear this. You should say
Oh,
Airbus A320. I'm not sure what you said. Then heavy was correct. For flight level 290. You didn't write for, but you said for. Don't say for, although you didn't write it. Flight level
okay.
290. Say request startup flight level 290 on priority due hospital flight, like this. So just to show you restructuring.
Yeah.
Request startup on priority flight level 290 due hospital flight. I'm just making it accurate with respect to what you have written. I'm not giving you my script.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also remember this, something that I'm telling all students. Requesting ing will never be a part of your RT standard words and phrases. Please don't use it. Only taxing will come where you can say taxing. That's it. You will never say requesting. Come on, and you have flown abroad. You cannot do this here. This is something, well, I'll say illiterate people will say. Illiterate in RT. Don't say requesting. Say request priority would have been done also. Request priority. That's it. For startup, no. Request startup on priority is what it is. Request startup on priority. Request startup on priority. And check Kolkata has datis or atis. If yes, then you also have to mention information. Any
Yeah.
could hypothetical
Security. Yeah.
above.
Security check complete also. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that you
what.
can say with passenger on board. Only two things were missing, like you knew. So a couple of things might be missing. So I'm very happy with your situational awareness, but it is only good if you apply it before you take your live call in your mock and in your exam. That's it.
Yeah.
Study this call, and then we'll move on.
So so I have what else was missing? Request startup. I'm not gonna say requesting again.
Requesting no ing on standard words and phrase. We cannot play with standard words and phrases. Request startup on priority due whatever special handling you have.
You hospital flight.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Easy.
Information.
Yeah.
Request startup.
On
Request startup.
priority. Request startup
Request startup on
on
priority
priority. Due.
for due hospital flight.
Due. Instead of for due. DUE. Due.
Due hospital. Due
Hmm.
hospital flight.
Hmm.
For flight level 290.
Correct.
Victor Tango November Mike Bravo.
Hmm. Request taxi clearance. Simply say W1, W2, W3, W4. Simple. Don't say startup completed and all. It's not needed.
Okay.
Okay. Not in this, write this, like this in this situation. So, Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November, Mike Bravo, Stan Bravo 8, request taxi. That's it.
Mhm.
Or request taxi instructions. Or request taxi clearance is fine. You don't have to say active runway. Okay. You don't have to say runway number also in this case. If they have mentioned it in the question paper, you can say that.
Okay, so sir, just
Hmm. Hmm.
can you transmit? So it'll be Hyderabad Tower, Victor
Hmm.
Tango November Mike Bravo,
Hmm.
Bravo 8.
Hmm.
Or should I say
Bravo 8 is
startup?
fine. No, Bravo 8
It's
is
fine,
cool.
perfect.
Cool.
Because we'll be pushed back from Bravo 8, right? For startup.
See, startup and pushback go hand in hand, but ideally first we should do pushback and then we should do startup.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Right now you don't have to worry about pushback. Here we are imagining that the aircraft is not parked nose in. It's parked nose out. Maybe that's why they don't want us to take pushback. Otherwise, they would have specified. We don't care about what's missing in the sequence of things. It's not compulsory. They will give us all the pieces of the jigsaw here.
Mhm.
Okay, so just startup, just startup, just taxi, just taxi. They didn't say acknowledge the earlier call and then take startup. If they would have said that, then you have to acknowledge whatever happened in the first call, in the second question, and then take taxi clearance.
Which
Stick to
is
what you
startup
last.
completed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Request taxi instructions to active runway is okay? Or
You
should
don't
I?
have to say it ideally unless they ask you or give you a hint with respect to runway and not given you a runway name. But it's obvious. You're going IFR. You already told Mumbai to
Yeah.
where, Hyderabad to Kolkata. They know taxi to runway and they know everything. They would have given you ATC clearance. You might have standard departure clearance. It would be there which runway you are taking. All that assumptions go here. The correct assumptions. So you stick to what you are required. So this question, 10 mark on 10 is the easiest question to score. Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November, Mike Bravo, Stan Bravo 8, request taxi clearance. That's it. They will give you the taxi clearance, you give a read back. That's where you got checked. Easiest calls. Your read back was
Okay.
correct,
So
otherwise. See, here you again called ground. There was no response. You said I say again. Whenever you get a no response, instead of I say again, first raise the same station again. Just raise the station. Earlier, the last question, Kolkata, you didn't raise the station. You made the whole call. You lost all the available time that you had. See, all these techniques are taught. Why are we not remembering them if we are listening them, taking the time to sit in the class? Again, I don't know why. Maybe we are not studying properly. But make sure this doesn't happen as we go ahead. Okay? Right
okay.
now, or these sessions will be a waste of time if we
Not
don't
one.
change our learning strategies. Don't take it personally, take it
Mm.
as an area of improvement. बुरा मानने से क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं, अरे सर समझ गया, अरे समझ गया, खुशी खुशी करना है. This is a
Negative.
learning
Not
phase.
feeling. Not.
Yeah, so what? Learning phase, let's enjoy this. अरे सर अभी नहीं तो क्या हो गया, मैं करके दिखाऊंगा. अरे क्या हो गया सर, कितना टेंशन ले रहे हो, क्या इतने पायलट उड़ा रहे हैं, मैं तो उनसे बेटर हूँ. आज नहीं तो कल आई विल गेट देयर. व्हाट आर वी वरीड अबाउट? आर यू वरीड अबाउट स्ट्रगल्स? Then everywhere we see what's happening, all the gods have gone through struggles. जिनके नाम आज लिए जा रहे हैं, तो भगवान कर सकते थे तो हम क्या हैं फिर? हाँ? हम तो उन्हीं के अंश है ना. So relax, take it easy. It doesn't mean you will not learn. the way you are supposed to learn. There are some things you have to learn that way. You cannot change a religion. Education is nothing but religion. How can we change what we learn? We don't have the liberty to do that. Simple. What is clearance compliance now? Let me educate you on that. Compliance is to comply with all sets of instructions that make up the whole instruction. Taxi clear to taxi via taxiway echo. So your first compliance is taxi safely on echo. Turn left for Lima 2. That is your second compliance, turning left for Lima 2. Your third compliance would be turn right for Lima 4. That will be a compliance that I'm there. And when you are there, you mention that I'm there to verify that what you said, I'm complying. What you said, I'm complying. Then I am holding short runway to 1 because they said report reaching. It means hold, don't enter. Holding short runway to 7, request further instructions. Simple. तुम दो instruction. They know they are going to send. You don't have to ask. It's their job to make you go. Here, you directly started your compliance with I am at runway holding point, runway 2, 1. Request and takeoff clearance from the holding point. Fatal error, fatal error. This pilot will end up making accidents. Remove him quickly. Go, 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 go. What's happening? How did he reach there? He didn't even report when he was at Echo, Lima 2, Lima 4. How did he, what fast track did he go? Why did he not make a call? There were so many people going to taxi there, and I had to ask you to stop, wait, stop, wait. What is happening? How did he go? This is big flaw in safety. This is the bigger issue in a call like this. That's why the examiners will be like, okay, compliance, think it's all about RT language, but here intent and compliance, what? How did you go there? How did you go there? What? Where is Echo 1? Where is Echo? Where is Lima 2? Where is Lima 4? That's it. So we have missed everything that is taught to us in the first 5, 6, 7 lectures. Nothing else. So now we have to spend that much of time again and again to go through it. Because I don't want you to take the whole course again because you don't have the time to do so. So I'm doing double and triple the effort for you. But if you don't do the right thing, then my number of efforts will not stop. I'll try the fourth time, fifth time, sixth time. I'm not gonna charge again. I'm not gonna give up. But if you don't change something when it comes to your learning, then we will not get the results that we are expecting.
All right, sir. So just to confirm, obtaining taxi clearance is just that code where they say cleared to taxi via dash 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 whatever, and they
Read
end
back,
it.
yeah. That's read
That's
back.
it. That's it. That's number one. That's the first question. The
Hmm.
second compliance would be, and I should start. No, I would read back, obviously. And the second question would be me telling them that I've reached Taxiway Echo, and then, or how should it go by?
Write it down. Write it down.
Okay.
Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo, on taxiway Echo, turning left for taxiway Lima 1. Correction, Lima 2. I'm not checking the clearance, so you fill in the correct value.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah. He'll say Roger. It means Echo पे मैं almost turn लेने वाला हूँ. Very good. Generally, we should inform before turns. But because the total clearance was given to you in sequence, and why? Because we had priority. Understand? So the whole equation was given to you correctly, like the sequence. Next, they will just say Roger. If they have to ask you to stop or do something else, they'll say. If they said Roger, it means okay, carry on, nothing else. Okay. This
Mhm.
is already given to you. I have received and understood your message. So you understand, okay, fine, everything's going well. Then you'll say
Mhm.
quickly, imagining that you are on Lima 2 and approaching Lima 3, you can say this. Hyderabad Tower, Victor Tango, November Mike Bravo, on Lima, correction, taxiway Lima 2, approaching Lima 3 on right. Simple. You're saying I'm
Okay.
not reached, I'm approaching because you know this is a sensitive point. You are
Yeah.
assuming it's sensitive. He'll say, Roger, continue, turn right, Lima 3, report reaching, holding point runway to 1. Now they'll reassure
Mhm.
you, don't worry, you continue. You showed a caution, they said, don't worry, continue. like that. So you imagine where you are. You imagine yourself on the apron, on the movement area, on the maneuvering area. You imagine that. And for you, you have experience. Here we have to imagine through the first few lectures when we see the ATC circuit, where we see the GPS image of actual runways, and imagine. That imagination is more accurate than our ability to relate with our practical experiences. Imagine when you can harmonize those two things, how beneficial it will be for you. You can just
It's
discuss
just that, yeah.
differences.
Hmm.
Carry on.
No, it's just that I thought it'd be a one thing, but it's like a conversation again, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
obtaining is
yeah.
one thing with readback. Compliance, I
Um,
thought was just like,
if
but
your
then
clearance
it's,
has, if your clearance has 3 to 4 to 5 major points or events,
then
turning,
you're gonna take it.
climbing,
Yeah.
descending, radials, then those many step by step you have to
Hmm.
put in sequence. That becomes your compliance in articles.
Got it. Got it. Got it. That's the flaw here. So because I
Mm.
didn't know that we had to like
Instead of
make
flaw,
it
that's
one
the
step.
area of improvement here.
Okay.
Area of improvement, AOI. Come on, be positive.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't have room for negativity in my life or in my students' life. Simple. है ना? कान डू
Got
नहीं
it.
होता है, ट्राइंग टू डू होता है. सिंपल, एक ही बात है. कान डू नहीं, गिवन अप ऑन डूइंग एक बार बोल दोगे चल जाए. मतलब आओ मेरे पास आओ, मैं बताता हूँ कैसे स्टार्ट करते हैं, रिस्टार्ट करता है. गुड. रही बात लास्ट वाले कॉल की. हाँ डेफिनेटली. सस्पेक्टिंग स्ट्रक्चरल डैमेज है, हुआ नहीं है. बर्ड हिट हुआ है. बट इट विल गो फॉर मे डे. बिकॉज यू आर
Hmm.
लैंडिंग कोलकाता ओनली, इट विल बी प्रायोरिटी और प्रिकॉशनरी लैंडिंग ओवर देयर. बट देयर ओनली, नो इमरजेंसी लैंडिंग. प्लस आपका एटीसी है, इस पे मैं आपको प्राइवेटली सिखाऊंगा बाद में, बट अभी शॉर्ट में बताता हूँ. सीक्वेंस ऊपर से नीचे आ रहे हो ना आप, तो बड़े बड़े फ्लाइट लेवल्स आपको कंट्रोल देंगे. एंड देन द
Hmm.
फ्लाइट लेवल समवेयर बिटवीन फ्लाइट लेवल 150 टू फ्लाइट लेवल 70 और 50, बीच में आपको अप्रोच मिलेगा कभी भी.
Hmm.
आपको देख लेना है कोलकाता के पास अप्रोच है या नहीं है.
Yeah. They
एंड
have
अप्रोच
approach
के
and
बाद टावर, टावर के बाद ग्राउंड, ऐसा होता है.
ground.
ठीक है. तो ये जो सर्कल्स हमें दिए हैं, पहला सर्कल, लुक एट कोलकाता VOR. द फर्स्ट सर्कल दैट यू
Mm-hmm.
सी, दैट इज टावर. द
Mm-hmm.
सेकेंड डॉटेड लाइन सर्कल और हाफ डॉटेड हाफ सर्कल इज अप्रोच. दोनों
Mm-hmm.
के पास एक फ्रैक्शन लिखा है. फ्रैक्शन में लोअर लेवल हायर लेवल देख लेने का. जो हायर लेवल है वो सीलिंग है उसका, जो लोअर लेवल है वो स्टार्ट पॉइंट है उसका. जनरली एक ही लेवल दिया होता है, मतलब समझ लो ग्राउंड से लेके टॉप लेवल उसका वही है बस, और कुछ नहीं है. क्विक डिसीजंस. कभी कभी टावर 50 पे एंड होगा और अप्रोच 70 से स्टार्ट हो सकता है. नीड नॉट पैनिक. बीच के 2 zeros या तो टावर ले लेगा या तो अप्रोच ले लेगा, 200 फीट या 2000 फीट जो भी आएगा बीच में. If you are going up, then tower approach control. If you are coming down, then control approach tower. In this case, approach से बात करना better था instead of control. बट अजम्पशन ठीक
Mm-hmm.
था कंट्रोल का, बिकॉज वी आर थिंकिंग दैट आप कंट्रोल से ही बात कर रहे हो, कंट्रोल ने आपको अप्रोच पे नहीं भेजा है. जनरली व्हेन टू चेंज एटीसी विल बी टोल्ड टू यू इन रियल टाइम बाय एटीसी. यू डोंट हैव टू चूज दोज
Okay.
एटीसीज खुद से. सो हियर control was a safe bet, but if you are confused, then just reach the station before making a call in order to not waste time that we are losing.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So you mentioned that in one of the lectures. I remember.
Yeah, very nice if it's coming back to you.
Interesting. All right. So that
अभी आपका
would have been the
टास्क मैं
question.
बताता हूँ. या सस्पेक्टिंग है, मेकिंग रिक्वेस्ट, वुड लाइक टू मेक प्रिकॉशनरी लैंडिंग ऑन अराइवल, request priority handling this hospital fight and suspected structural damage, and request instructions to further descend and set course for Kolkata on priority. ऐसा कुछ 3 4 बार बोल सकते हो वो चीज यार. पायलट, कम
Mm-hmm.
ऑन, यू नो व्हाट्स बेस्ट
Yeah,
फॉर
no,
योर
no, no, no.
स्टफ.
No, I just, yeah, freaked out.
Yeah, yeah, very nice. I mean, you're there, almost there. That's it.
Yes, sir. I'll get there. Give me this. I mean, I'll be there.
Of
You'll have
course,
much
you
better
will.
work
अब मैं नहीं
after
छोड़ने
this.
वाला तुम्हें बिफोर यू गो. एक स्टूडेंट की पढ़ाई तभी पूरी नहीं होती मेरे साथ जब वो खुद मेरे साथ पढ़ना छोड़ देता है, गायब हो जाता है. बस आप नहीं छोड़ोगे, आपकी
Uh,
हो जाएगी. सिंपल है.
uh,
दूसरा
not
तरीका
really.
उनकी पढ़ाई नहीं हो पाती, वो दूसरा तरीका वो है जब वो इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो नहीं करते, दे डोंट बिलीव इन द स्ट्रैटेजी. बिलीव ही नहीं है तो मैं बोलूंगा भाई
Mm.
आप एडमिशन लो ही मत. सीधी बात है, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस ऑन बोर्ड. समझ रहे हो कि आपको स्ट्रैटेजी समझ रही है कि नहीं, मेरे लिए वो है बस. अभी तो मैं पूरा क्लियर हो गया. मतलब आपको 10 डेमो लेने हैं, 10 डेमो लो. स्ट्रैटेजी में बिलीफ नहीं है तो आप प्लीज ज्वाइन मत करो, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए पैसा फालतू का. These days, that's it. Nothing else.
Mhm. Yes, I stand true to my word. And when I joined your classes, when I first found out on YouTube, I was like, okay, I could, because my first intention was to teach rather than, I mean, it is wrong by me, but
That is not wrong.
I,
Don't think that is wrong. That is a good thing.
but I totally thought of this was, I envisioned me clearing and then, helping you out. Because I think your purpose is amazing. So,
So
yeah,
now that you will do the right thing, only then I can give you the responsibility.
yeah,
For me, it's very difficult to train someone the way I am doing it. That's why I have to do everything else. It's not everybody's cup of tea. इतना मेहनत मैं खुद से
correct.
कैसे कर रहा हूँ लाइक वन ऑफ द सीनियर पायलट्स आई वाज टॉकिंग टू फॉर सम अदर थिंग रिटायर्ड दे वर लाइक तो सारे सब्जेक्ट आप ही करा रहे हो आपके स्कूल में मैं बोला कराना पड़ रहा है बोलता इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल मैं बोला हु सेज इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल how can I was thinking I respect them but that point I was thinking why would anyone think it's impossible as a pilot don't you think it's a responsibility to master all subjects
Of course it is.
how
Of
is it
course it is.
impossible
Of
how
course it is. It's not. It's not.
it
You
is
have to.
not it is
There's not.
not
There's no yes or no. It's not a matter of yes or
I know
no.
more than that I'm saying and how can I not know it why not a doctor will not know everything about the body kya a good doctor will not know about all areas of specialization although they have license to practice just one वो गवर्नमेंट उनको रोक रहा है मे बी गवर्नमेंट को ट्रस्ट नहीं है बट डोंट जज समवंस कैपेसिटी व्हेन यू कैनॉट कॉम्प्रीहेंड देयर कैपेसिटी ऐसी बात हो जाती है सो आई एम लाइक ओके इट इज पॉसिबल दे आर लाइक ओके आई एम इम्प्रेस्ड दे अग्रीड दे आर लाइक ओके दिस इज रेयर टू सी आई एम लाइक या I am that rare good thing that we get to see here is what I can say totally as a joke on everyone else nothing else it's not like we don't make mistakes we all do make mistakes. So your job for today, I'll tell you, is to
Yeah.
take a break and then format perfect calls as
Mm-hmm.
in your mind for the same paper, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
make a live call as a perfect call. And then once all calls are done, you will send it to me. Okay?
So can we just glance through 4 and 5, just like, I
There
mean,
is
I
no
know that.
there is no 4 and 5 here.
Oh, there's only 16. Okay. Right.
What? Yeah.
No,
There's no
because I
14.
looked at that. I was like, okay, that's
No,
weird
no,
because normally it's
I've given you the fifth question in number three. Number three and four are skipped for you in this.
okay.
That's why I've given you सीधा arrival के पास का call. बीच के en route calls थे.
Got
And
it.
this
Got it.
this is not a deduction of a 25 mark paper. This is strategically made for a first mock for students where I know उनके पास बहुत flaw है because they've not taken lectures correctly. And you see chart reading you found confusion. We'll come to it
Mm-hmm.
because मैंने बोला CTR कराऊंगा ये जानबूझ के दे because it's a difficult chart to study.
This
And
one,
there's
right?
one
So because
place, yeah. You will
I
be
was
surprised to see,
looking.
but ये चार्ट ये क्वेश्चन पेपर इसलिए बनाया मैंने बिकॉज ये जो आप मिस्टेक कर रहे हो ना स्टार्टअप विद ग्राउंड हर बच्चा जिसके फंडामेंटल्स वीक है सेम एरर करता है और उनको ये एरर को सिखाने के लिए खुद से टीचिंग बाय एग्जांपल मैंने ये
Mm-hmm.
बनाया है आई नो वो ये करेगा प्रॉब्लम मुझे पता होता है कहाँ फ्लॉ है और आप खुद से ही सीखोगे एंड
But
टू
they
टेक
all
इट
say disregard.
some don't say some just go on with the call they don't realize until there is a feedback
Okay,
depends
got
lack
it.
of awareness किसका कम है किसका ज्यादा है अजम
Got
से
it.
देखो
So I
तुम्हारे
am, yeah. Mm-hmm.
हम्म
No, nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's fine. So yeah, don't assume. We don't know
Mm.
till the time we have learned 100% and mastered 100%. After that, I've told you all, एक बार जितना बता रहा हूँ उतना 100% कर लो उसके बाद use your own inventive thoughts, creativity, it will all be correct. It will then be correct, not before.
But first, follow the strategy, and then
Yes. And this is only
yeah.
for your benefit. मैं क्यों मेरे को क्या मिलेगा ये सब से? मैं कोई नया रिलीजन थोड़ी बना रहा हूँ. I'm just trying to keep the quality that is given by iCAO. That's it.
All right, sir. You tell me what to do next.
Yeah, I told
We
you what to
can
do and
these two
submit that.
people
Submit that. And I've given you a
with
task with
voice
the
note.
documents. I don't need voice notes. I just want you to write live. I don't need voice notes. I just need proper calls. That's it. Voice note बोला ही
So just write it and send it to you, no, sir.
नहीं. Yeah, but I need perfection. So perfection पहले पढ़ लो,
Perfect.
समझ लो, बना लो. But जब वो कॉल लिखोगे तब मुझे लाइव
Mm.
कॉल के हिसाब से लिखा हुआ होना चाहिए.
Got
Before
it.
that, you research on the call. Write it down 10 times if you have to, but when you are giving me the call that you are sending me, that call should be written live. Hmm. चलो इतना
Yes, sir.
करो. And
Yeah.
I've given you tasks to go through notebooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Abbreviation, flight plan, what are those?
I went through the flight plan one. I went through I didn't go through the abbreviations one
Yeah,
fully.
yeah, yeah. So I realized that. So finish that
Yeah.
task, okay? And update me how much is left and carry on with the task, okay?
Okay.
Chalo, I have another session. I'm already 20 minutes late. So
Oh, sorry, sir.
डोंट बी सॉरी. सॉरी से पास नहीं होंगे. बोलो अरे वाह सर मेरे लिए इतना क्या आपने. बी हैप्पी इंस्टेड ऑफ बीइंग गिल्टी.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
अरे
This
तुम्हारे
is
लिए
a very
प्रायोरिटी.
good session.
तुम्हारा एग्जाम है पहले यार. कम ऑन, दे विल अंडरस्टैंड. दे हैव टास्क्स.
Mm.
उनमें से कोई सबको पता है. ओनली दैट्स व्हाई दे आर अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर सेशंस. समझ रहे हो. उनको एक ही टेंशन. अरे सर मैं मिस तो नहीं हो गया. ऐसा बस. सर मेरे को तो क्लास ले तो नहीं रही हो. मैं बाहर तो नहीं हूँ. दे आर वरीड अबाउट मिसिंग द सेशन. दे आर नॉट वरीड अबाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम. और किसी को ऐसा फील होगा ना तो मैं उनको समझा दूंगा. Don't worry about that. Just feel happy that we are doing this and sir is
Yes,
there.
I'm glad. I'm glad we did this mock session. A lot of things
Because,
are in clarity, and I think I'll do much better than before. You know it,
yeah, yeah,
right?
definitely. Understand, you are going to clear the exams. So whatever good is happening right now, it's you that is doing it. You being focused and you understanding what sir is saying, it's all your effort. Don't just attribute your instructor on that. It's a two-way thing. And you, for an instructor, it's more important for you to be like that, to be able to take things rather than me being the right instructor. समझ रहे हो. So you're doing very well and just
Yeah.
continue one day at a time, everyday effort. Okay. And I don't remove my specs just like that for anyone. Okay. If I'm removing it, it means understand you're my first priority. Whatever you need, you tell me and we are doing it. Okay. Chalo, I'll see you.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Chalo,
See you,
bye.
sir. Have
Yeah.
a
Not bad,
session.
huh?
Yeah.
Very good. Yes.